Hi guys, it's Nilehorn here. I just wanted to make this quick video breaking down the Desert Explosion shot I've just uploaded. So, I just wanted to do this just to show like how the original explosion render looked and then how I color corrected it to fit into the plate. So, I have two comps. This one is where like all the camera shake and grading is in, and then this one is like the main shot comp. So, first of all, start with the Fume Effects render. Okay, you can see looks nice, but needs a bit of work with color correction. So, just turn all of this off for now. When I go into my main comp, you can see the color correction it's got on. So I've got the real smart motion blur, which is just the fake motion blur. Come back to the sharpening in a minute. Come back to that in a minute. That. Okay, so the first thing I did was I just used curves just to brighten it up a bit, so it looks a bit more bright. That kind of enhanced the fire shader a bit as well. Then I added the hue and saturation filter on, which is just making the yellows less saturated and the lightness increasing a bit, and then the red lightness and the red saturation going up, and then tinting that -6. Okay. Next was the glow. I went over the top with the glow, just because it looks cool, especially when it's in like this phase. Also, I suppose due to if you had a camera exposure in the desert, it probably wouldn't be this much glow, but it looks kind of cool, so I just kind of left it. Okay, then tint, that was used just to blend it into the background plate. Didn't use this Gaussian blur, it shouldn't be on there. Can actually go. Sharpen was used quite extensively. For one, it makes the smoke look awesome, as you can see. Like you can see, obviously that's massively like it's really visible here. But I knew that I was going to be whacking the motion blur on top, so you kind of lose a bit. And also the video compression and then the upload compression kind of gets rid of a lot of it. And you can see it really adds detail to the smoke if you see without it on, and then it back on. Looks really cool. Okay, so then I just got this desert background off Google Images. Then I basically created an adjustment layer, which you can see is feathered. It's got a Gaussian blur on, and this kind of like fakes the depth of field, and then that the foreground is in focus. It's not very good really, could have been done better, but you don't really notice it due to the shot being only 2-3 seconds and the explosion being the main part of the shot. Next was the shadow. That's just the Fume Effects layer duplicated. It turned into a 3D layer, flipped on the x-axis, I think. Yeah, and then add a tint to make it black, and then a fast blur to make the edges softer, and then just lower the opacity. So that's like a fake way of doing the shadow. Then the explosion on top. So everything's starting to come together now. So, because I want to keep my comps as like tidy as possible, I just like pre-comp this, put it into a new comp where I did all the grading, which I'll just break down now. Okay, so you can see under my, I did a bit of rotation to make it look like the camera's wobbling. I also did just a wiggle expression, I think. I did this, one sec. I think this was it. You get like a really nice like camera shake using that expression under the position. Okay, did a little bit of keyframe on the scale, just so it kind of like zooms in and out a bit. Next was the blurs and the noise adjustment layer. So first thing I did, I added a radar blur, which kind of gives the impression of the camera zooming in and out, and this is actually animated with the amount. So, like when the explosion first going off, there's a lot of radar blur, but when it goes down, you can see it goes down to 5, and then by the end, I think it's down to 2. Yeah. And then on top of that, I added some grain, basically noise, but not using color noise because that looks awful. And you can see again that kind of enhances the smoke, and it actually, because it's going over the whole shot, it actually kind of blends it in a lot nicer. Okay, next final grade, which is the second adjustment layer in this comp. Basically, have the time code here, but you don't need to see that. I just turn all this off, turn this on. So first thing I did was add a bit of a tint. You can see I've kind of got like a sandy and a blue colour. Just a little bit of tint really does actually blend it in a lot better. That's without the tint, that's with the tint, looks sort of nicer. Then Magic Bullet Misfire Vignette, which looks awesome. Use that on like nearly every single shot I do. Then I did some curves to add a bit of contrast and brightness to the shot, which absolutely makes it look a lot better. Then the time code, which is just goes at the top, just for reference of the frames. Yeah, and that's pretty much it really. So I hope you liked the shot. Thanks for watching, and I've got some cool real flow stuff coming up soon, so thanks a lot. See you next time.